Weirdo Beardo, Weirdo Beardo, we're the Weirdo Beardo. We got some weird beards, bitch. Brought to you by Mountain Dew. And welcome to the
Hey,
show.
what's going on? We are at the Weirdo Beardo podcast here with Derek Womack and me.
Hey, you
What's
gave
up,
away my
Derek?
secret identity.
Yeah, no, your hypno glasses will not work anymore.
Oh no. Wonder if my hypnosil will.
Well, today, y'all, we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about Superman 2025, James Gunn's new Superman film. Just came out on digital. We did a little bit of a review about it, I think our first week, but just kind of talked about it. We didn't really go into detail. And then we also were going to talk a little bit about Peacemaker. I think you saw that, right? You've seen all the
Yeah, well, I
Peacemaker?
haven't seen the new episode yet.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about it up to that point then. And then also, you want to talk about weapons.
Yeah.
And then we had some political discourse to go over.
Jimmy Kimmel's
uh,
back.
Jimmy Kimmel is back. Apparently, you can get kicked off of TV for saying innocuous things that aren't really all that offensive about a guy who just got assassinated.
Right?
Cause see that, and I think that was like we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I think that was the whole thing. Is like it wasn't even that bad, Like
Yeah, he
it
didn't
could
he
have
didn't
been different.
insult.
Like he didn't even insult Charlie. He insulted MAGA,
Yeah.
which is I think that like to them that's worse.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what makes me like mad. It's like you're not even like you're grandstanding on somebody's death on both sides of it, like the people and him.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get off of that. Let's get back onto another
Superman.
fun day. We got Superman coming from James Gunn. We have a really fun movie. If I want to be general and not, spoil up front, I'll just say that the only thing I could say if I wanted to give it any kind of critique is that I don't know if you can just call this movie Superman.
Yeah.
It's got a whole lot going on other than Superman. Like I almost would say call it like Superman and the Justice Gang, or some
Yeah.
shit like or
Superman and Friends.
Superman and Friends or Super Friends. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
But like I get a lot of the I actually, when I first saw the movie, there was a lot of political discourse about it
Yeah.
because suddenly there was a lot of shit in the news about he's an immigrant, and then of course with all the news stuff about and all the shit about ICE and all that right now, it's a very hot topic. And I'm sure that was purposeful to a certain degree, especially since there's the whole like thing between Juan Panar or whatever the two different countries that's fighting, and so it's just like one of those things. Like, okay, I see what y'all are doing, but also this is a movie. Like, quit freaking out, like.
Yeah.
Like nobody needs to like be mad at Superman because he's quote unquote an alien.
Well, MAGA was saying he wasn't an immigrant, that he's an American product.
He's an American product.
Yeah.
So they were mad because they were calling him an immigrant. Then
Yeah,
I
they
guess.
were pissed because he's not an immigrant.
Yeah, just because you made something here doesn't. If you read the thing, if
If
you
you
read
read
the
it, he's
thing that
from
was made
somewhere
here,
else.
it starts with the whole story about a whole other planet.
Right? I found the
And
movie fun.
yeah, it was super fun. There was great parts. I loved Crypto. I loved Mr. Terrific. Was probably one of my top
Stole the
characters.
show.
Yeah, he kind of stole the show. I really appreciate. It's my favorite Lois. I won't lie. I'm not shitting on any of the old Loises, but this is my favorite Lois. Um, and not just because she's like hot and she was like, the marvelous Miss Maisel or whatever.
Yeah. Someone's got a soft spot.
I do, and I didn't even know it. Like I've watched that show a few times, but other than that, and I think Rachel Bronsonson or whatever her name is, I think she was in like Hunger Games or something too. But My
I
whole
don't
thing,
remember.
yeah, I might be wrong, but my whole thing was like I hadn't seen her in a whole bunch of shit, but I recognized her from that, and then I was like, okay. And then when I watched the movie, she does a really good job.
Yeah. Did you think the movie was memorable? Because I'm having a hard time remembering it. Like, I
Well, it's
remember having
weird.
fun with it.
There's a lot. Like I've watched it since it came out on digital, and now I've got access to it again. I've watched it a couple of times, and yeah, dude, it's not so much that it's not memorable. It's just things happen so fast, and there's so much going on in the movie that like you can't,
Focus
it's
on
kind of
anything.
you can't really like read like right now if we try to like
Recap.
do a synopsis and recap the whole movie, we're gonna get lost without actually having some bullet points.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thing about movies today is especially ones like this where they're trying to like basically franchise from the beginning,
Yeah. From the get go.
and I gotta give it to them because like this is what DC wanted to do the first time. They
Yeah.
wanted to quickly catch up with Marvel,
Yeah.
and they
I
didn't do a
like
very
Man of
good
Steel
job of
probably
that.
more than I like this Superman.
I'll say that I do like Man of Steel, but like what I'm referring to is like probably around the time that Batman versus Superman came out.
Yeah.
Marvel was starting to go into like phase 2 or 3 at that point, and it was just way ahead. And so they were like, "All right," and I'm sure it was executives and everything that were like, "Let's shove this and that, and we're going to push all together and Justice League next." And
Yeah.
so that made it rough. But this is successful version of that
That's
because
true.
to be truthful, like yeah, I think they're Peacemaker, and then like I think they're what else is they kind of keeping? I think they said that didn't they say that fucking I read that fucking Blue Beetle's still part of it,
Oh, I
I
didn't hear
guess.
that.
I read somewhere that Blue Beetle is still technically canon. And then but I mean we're still pulling from the Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
James Gunn's version. And then and just all that. It's one of those things it's like he did what they were trying to do in one movie. And that's probably why it's so like crazy in our head because there's so much.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Like we got everything from pocket universes to Green Lanterns to fucking a dude who can change his physiology into anything. What was his name? Mimic Man or whatever.
I
Uh,
forget.
but you know what I'm talking about, the guy that
Yeah, I
does
know
the
who you're
ring
talking
spell with him.
about.
Um, I did see a really good outtake where he's in the solid the thing with the robots.
Yeah.
And the robot. It's the part when he's like, I would like to have a name. And he's like, Four's a name. And he's like, so is Gary. Like, and like, it's that, but like, apparently the first take, it was, I don't know if it was part of the fucking, I think it was like, he was like just improvising.
Yeah.
And I guess it was so good he put it in the movie because
Nice.
in the clip, it's like very, like, you just see David Cornsweat or whatever his name is. And he's like, he says, "So scary," and Superman just dies laughing because you can tell he
Nice.
wasn't like expecting that. So that's pretty cool. I guess that wasn't like part of the script, which is funny. We do get to see the return of is it Jim Gunn? What's James Gunn's brother's name? That's in all his
Oh.
fucking shit.
Oh, I forget.
He played Kragnon and all that stuff.
Plays all kinds of characters.
Yeah, he was in Gilmore Girls too. Trust me, Megan won't let me fucking stop fucking remembering that.
Jesus, I'm sorry to hear that.
We
We should do an episode on Gilmore Girls.
should do an episode of Gilmore Girls. I don't know. I'll probably get in trouble for all the things I say about the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, dirty, dirty.
I will say this though, it'll definitely out me as not a pedophile because I liked the mom.
Oh, wow. I was surprised to hear that.
I'm not into the girl. I like the mom. I'll always remember her as the Santa fucker.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Bad Santa.
But anyway, my mistake. I wanted to remember James Gunn's brother's name. And
I don't remember his name. It's too late now. No going back.
there's no going back?
No going back. You can't fix
Well.
the past, Chad.
Fine. Well, in that case, I won't tell you his name. You'll never know.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Because I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Let's do the rest of the podcast in whispers.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey's the bomb.
Kevin Spacey was the bomb in Phantoms, yo.
Yo.
Oh, by the way, Sean.
Oh, son of a bitch. Now I know and I can't unknow. Why, God, why?
Shout out to Sean Gunn and James Gunn and Tim Gunn.
That's a lot of guns.
Tim
Must
Gunn
be American.
from that fucking Runway show. I wonder if he's related to that family, like the gay guy on Project Runway. His name's
Probably
Gunn.
not.
He's like an uncle that they don't talk about, you know. Like...
The creepy uncle.
He shows up to like tell him how bad Superman's costume looked because the underwear was on the outside or whatever.
Does he know how to dress?
Anyway, enough about Project Runway.
Wow. ADHD today.
A little bit. So anyway, Luther was great. Shout out to that guy.
We don't remember names on this podcast.
We don't fucking names. What's the name? What are we, the credits of the movie?
Yeah, right.
What are we getting paid to promote Nicholas Holt because he's a good Lex Luthor?
No, somebody looked it up. Cheater.
Wait, I want to know. Oh, I did almost say his name right. David Cornsweet.
Cornsweet.
Cornsweet. I thought it was just Corn Sweat, but it's Corin Sweat.
No. He's no Henry Cavill, that's for sure.
I mean, I'd pay to watch him fight. You know what I'm saying?
Superman versus Superman.
Superman versus Superman. So
one of them's in their underwear.
One of them's in their underwear. The other one's a man. No, I'm joking.
Wow. That sounded like hate speech, Chad. The FCC's coming for you.
Oh, man. The FCC has no bearings over streaming services or the internet.
Just wait, man. They're going to get it.
Yeah, that's actually a scary point. But anyway, so Superman was good. Lastly, I'll say that I'm super excited for Supergirl, not just because Millie Alcock is very hot, but partly for that too, but also because I know she's an awesome actress, and this is a very interesting take on Supergirl. For anyone who might not have gotten the memo, she is super depressed because her world got blew up, and so she floats around different red sun places where she can get drunk because you can't get drunk on our planet because of
it's just a party movie, basically.
But there's a little part that doesn't make sense to me. Like, wouldn't she just go inside?
Right.
Like, couldn't you imagine you're like, oh, I get hammered. You go inside, you get hammered, and you're like, fuck, I gotta drive home. So you go outside, the sun hits you for a minute, and you're like, I'm good. You know, like...
Not that she has to worry about driving.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, she's a woman and a woman driver. Wow.
He's like, of course you have to apply sexist overtones and point out that she can't drive.
Yeah.
Mostly because she mostly flies.
Yes, and she barely
And
does that right.
to be clear, she landed pretty hard at the
Yeah,
end. Anyway, shout out to all that. I am excited for that. I will also be looking forward to aren't they doing a Clayface horror movie from what I
I've
understand?
heard rumors about that. Yeah,
And
uh,
then of course we have also heard that the script for Man of Tomorrow, which is Superman 2 obviously.
I think they teased Brainiac, and I'm excited to see
I did
Brainiac.
hear
I think
about
the
that.
first movie kind of failed on. I didn't think the villain was all that. I mean, I know Lex Luthor's the real villain, but what's his name? The
The president of Other Plore or whatever.
no, the clone.
Oh, Ultraman.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
I
he
mean
was kind of weak.
I as a character, yes, but he was just a silent clone, so I kind of get that. And I also thought it was a formidable fight, you know.
Yeah,
So it was
I
the only
can't wait to
person.
see a
It
new
was the only.
villain though.
And then also a lot of people. One thing that I heard a lot before I watched the movie was Superman gets his ass kicked the whole time,
He
and
does.
to a certain degree, yes. But I think, and hear me out here, I think Superman's fucking pulling his punches. I don't think
Rip.
Superman's going full on with any of this because he doesn't want to hurt anybody. And so that's why he
He
gets his
knocked
ass
somebody's
kicked.
teeth out.
Well, that part, he kind of went haywire at that part and started whooping all their asses. That was probably my favorite part of the movie, is when Lex's little bitches all show up and he's just like, good luck with that. And then fucking melts them all like Homelander.
Wow,
Like, tell me that spinning fucking laser shot was
that
not
was cool.
Homelander.
That was cool.
Yeah. But anyway, good movie. I'm very excited to see what else James Gunn has for us. And while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and jump right into Peacemaker. Season one,
Peacemaker.
throwing it out there. Season one was really good. I enjoyed it. I also noticed, or well, everybody did because they kept pointing it out on the internet, that they re what do you call it?
Reinserted.
They basically
Re-edit.
re-edited that ending part where it's not
Yeah,
the Justice League anymore.
it's the
Now it's the
Justice
Justice
Gang.
Gang. Yeah, which was cool. And then but the
I like
new
the first
series,
season.
the new season is cool. I like the way they're playing it up. I'm really excited to see this week's episode because I think this is going to be the reveal about what's really going on in the other side of
The
that
other
door.
dimension.
Spoiler alert, everybody! If you haven't watched the show right now, leave if you haven't. If you have, or if you want, don't care. In the first season, you realize that after at some point, that his dad has like a dimensional door, and he has a whole bunch of shit in there. And so then when he kills his dad, he ends up keeping that, and then he goes in, and that's where he gets all his stuff. But in that door, he goes and basically finds out that it leads to another door that goes into another whole universe that's basically like this universe, except for him right now, in his mindset, it's better because his brother and dad are dead. Well, they're alive and everybody's cool. And the
Yeah.
world thinks they're superheroes and they just basically it's just a better looking universe for him. Even to
And
the
there's
point
nothing
that,
but white people.
yeah, see, that's the thing. They keep bringing that up and I have to go back and take real note of it, but you're right. Like, and I think that we're looking at what, like a Red Sun Earth X kind of thing
Yeah.
is what they're trying to hint at.
I think it's
Of-
I forgot what they called it. There's a precedent for it in the comics or something where
yeah,
there's
the
a different
Universe
world
X is
that's
what they referred to in the article I read.
but where the Nazis won World War
Yeah,
II.
yeah. Well, Red Sun was more about the Soviets winning.
Ah,
So
we were on the same
technically,
side
it
of the
would,
Soviets.
yeah, but
Oh,
not
not
in
World
that
War II.
war.
You're talking about the Cold War.
I'm talking about the Cold War. But anyway, so yeah, it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with the rest of this Peacemaker season because now he's Well, actually, I don't want to ruin the new episode, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Oh,
Some things have happened. Um, Shout out to Eagly. Shout out to fucking what's that dude's name? Fucking judo master. He's fucking
yeah.
funny. I like him. Um, Economos has grown on me. I didn't like him at the beginning. I just thought he was kind of like a boring centerpiece, but he's kind of grown on me now that he's becoming kind of his own character and doing things, you know.
Yeah.
Before he was just always kind of stuck in the middle of everything. And Harcourt, so hot.
Yeah.
Jennifer, whatever the fuck her name is, so hot. And fucking buff, dude. She got ripped for this shit.
Ripped is in buff, not drunk.
Yeah.
Even though she plays a drunk.
She does play a drunk.
My kind of
Also,
woman.
let's talk about the other elephant in the room that's not. It was actually last episode that this came up, so I don't mind talking about it. Are we gonna have a Rick Flag return?
You think? That'd be cool.
Like, I think that's the
RoboCop?
loophole. He was RoboCop. That's Joel Kinnaman, man. That's what I like to call him, not Paul Walker.
Ah.
Which,
You can
full
tell them
respect out to
apart
both
because
Joel
one is
Kinnaman
dead.
and Paul Walker. You can tell them apart because one is dead. Yeah, or you could say you can tell them apart because one is they're both dead, but only one on the inside.
Yes.
But no, shout out. Actually Joel Kinnaman, that was the movie that he won me over, was The Suicide Squad. I always saw him as a pretty decent actor throughout RoboCop and the other films I've seen him in. But like that one, like I suddenly like I didn't like Rick Flag in the original Suicide Squad, which you weren't kind of supposed to, you know.
Yeah.
But I like he became like the cool guy, and then obviously was sacrificed at the end of the Suicide Squad. Spoiler alert. And
This is nothing but spoilers.
but I fully 100% think that there's definitely like a deal there, you know. Like I think
Yeah.
we're gonna get a Rick Flag switch over. I think there's gonna be another rivalry between him and Rick Flag over Harcourt because like obviously you saw at the beginning of that episode that you did see that he's in bed or he was in bed with Harcourt.
Yeah, right
And
before he went to Caldo Mortis or whatever the hell it is.
right.
Caldo Mortis.
Rick Flag Senior is pretty cool. That actor's doing pretty good.
Frank Grillo?
Yep. Which
He looks like the Punisher.
I was just about to say that. I think he should have been the Punisher.
Yeah.
No
I don't know. I
offense
like
to
the kid,
fucking
that guy Eastwood. Right, not Eastwood. The guy who looks like Eastwood.
the guy who looks like Eastwood. You talking about the dude from
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead? Yeah, he's
Yeah, who
fine.
plays-
Like I'm not shitting on him. He's a really good actor, and he's doing a great job as the Punisher. But this dude, I don't
Just
know.
straight up
Like
looks.
he just looks like the Punisher. Like maybe they put some fucking boots on and make him a little taller. You know?
Right.
But beyond that, he looks just like the Punisher.
He needs to wear some high heels.
Yeah. But
That would make the
anyway,
Punisher more intimidating.
I want you to watch the new episode when as soon as you can because it's really good. And then we got another one Friday. That's gonna
I'll
be the
probably
one that's
wait till Friday to watch them both.
yeah. Because I'll tell you this, like, not to ruin what happens in this episode, but we're at the point. Like we're at of this arc of the story of what you've seen so far.
Yeah.
He just made a choice that's fucking kind of solid, and so it's like something's gonna happen now. You know, like this is gonna be the big swing of the arc.
Okay. The penultimate episode.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be when I think this is gonna be when not only they reveal what we were talking about with the Universe X shit,
Yeah.
very like Nazi or some kind of shit like that, some kind of nationalist fucking Nazis one thing, and also we're gonna see like kind of like the preface of the rest of the story come forward, you know?
Yeah.
So
Can't wait.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's see, what else do I got?
Was
Oh,
that their transition?
that was a transition burp. Gen V. You
What?
watched the new Gen Vs?
I watched 3 of them.
The new one dropped last night or this morning.
Uh,
It's pretty
I
good.
haven't watched it yet. I think it's really suffering from the loss of that actor.
I don't know if it's suffering. I think it sucks. I think that they had to like the first couple episodes. They really had to like lean on that because of his
Absence.
passing, and they made the character pass too, which I thought that was rare. Like usually, am I wrong? Like most of the time when an actor dies, they like either recast or they just kind of like paint him out but not kill the character
Yeah.
out of respect for the actor or whatever. And this time they literally was like, all right, this is how he died, which makes sense, but also, that's rough. That dude was a really good actor too.
Yeah.
I think that what they're doing is they're painting his father into the position of the story that he was supposed to be in right now.
I could see that.
Beyond that, story-wise, they just kind of like ran with it from there. I like what they're doing so far. I can't tell. I still can't tell. Like they're doing real good at keeping me in the gray about who of this group, like the Genviers,
Yeah.
like who's gonna be really on the good and bad sides,
You
Like,
think they're going to be a part of the boys season 5 finale?
oh, 100%. I mean, whatever comes to the end of this season of Gen V is going to be big play out into this season 5 of the boys. And like I said, we already saw that Kate and what's his name, Schwarzenegger's little brother,
Yeah.
uh, they went bad for a minute there, and then now they're both kind of confusingly in the middle again. And I really appreciate the dynamic between Marie and the Asian chick slash dude.
Yeah.
They're becoming really cool. And then I've always loved Emma's character. Like she's probably my favorite
Mine
of the whole
too.
show.
Easily.
And not just because again, not just because she's hot. Like she's funny, she's cute, she does all these little things. Her character is interesting. They're drawing out the whole thing of her learning her powers a little much for me, but like I think that's kind of the point. And then
Give her a good arc at the end.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. Well anyway, so we're running on 28 minutes already.
Oh, wow.
That's actually not bad. I thought we'd been here longer than that.
It only feels longer, Chad.
It only feels longer. I can't tell if you are trying to insult me or you.
Both.
All right, so let's get into the bad side of things. We've talked about a lot of fun entertainment today.
Okay.
So the world's going to crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Ever since Charlie Kirk got shot, everybody's lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah. And look, let's be clear before I say anything horrible about the man because I wasn't fond of him. I'm not a fan. I'm actually probably a proponent of not liking him, but that doesn't mean I was cheering when he got killed. I thought it was fucked up. I'll admit that it was traumatizing to know that, somebody gets fucking blasted at a fucking thing,
Yeah.
And like I don't have the thing that I don't like about it is that everybody they want you to just kind of like convert and be like, "Oh, this guy he said so many things that maybe I didn't understand, but he was such a good guy. Now that he's dead, I have to fucking like him."
Yeah.
And
Because
it's
he was a
like,
Christian and led people to Jesus.
yeah. And look, full respect out to anybody who did like him. that's your thing. But I live in a country where I can say what the fuck I want, and I'm gonna be respectful. I'm not gonna fucking make any horrible jokes today about him, but I am gonna say that, like, there's a bed to be made, and he was in it,
Yeah.
and my biggest problem with the whole situation is that nobody's realigning anything. Everybody's double downing.
Yep.
And that's not going to go good for anybody. Like,
No,
here's a
people keep stirring the
situation
pot.
where, like, let's be clear about it. I'm not disregarding how horrible it is, but a guy who's been fighting for the right for so long and directly, and everybody knows it, and he's very upfront with some of his blunt, beliefs and thoughts. I don't follow him. Some people think they were hateful. Some people think it was literally hate speech. I don't know if I'd
Yeah.
consider it that. I actually don't know if I condone the phrase hate speech unless you were actually doing some form of, like, fully disproportionate propaganda towards a group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Like,
think there was hateful beliefs behind his speech, but not hate speech itself.
yeah, well, I do think also, I think there was he was using stats to verify his beliefs his political beliefs and his religious beliefs behind it,
Yeah, I think he
And
skewed a lot of those facts, though. He was a
oh,
bad
he
faith
skewed.
debater.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the most annoying thing about a lot of the right is the bad faith debating.
Yeah.
If I could find somebody who was on the right and wanted to sit down, talk whatever serious, differences in policy, differences in thoughts, differences in economics, whatever, but you
They don't
never get
believe
that.
they're in bad faith.
Yeah, you never get that. It's always somebody sitting across from you trying to win the argument you're in with no proponent of change.
Yeah.
And that's my issue with it. Because
That's why Trump canceled the meeting with the Democrats, because he knew he wasn't going to back down.
yeah. Well,
No
and also,
leadership.
I love how we were listening to the radio on the way back from the show yesterday, and my buddy Devin likes to listen to AM radio just to be weird.
Wow.
And so we literally listened to Trump's whole speech, which was depressingly hilarious.
Which
And then,
speech?
oh, he did that whole speech at the UN where he was
The
like,
UN speech? Okay.
yeah, he's like, I stopped 7 wars and all this shit. I
Some of
remember
them
what
weren't even
he
real.
just came out of nowhere and said, I stopped 7 wars. And I just started laughing. And I was like, with nothing, there's nothing behind this. Like,
Yeah, he's so used to saying whatever he wants and getting away with it that he doesn't bother with if it's real or not.
yeah. And they take it and run with it, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fucking people coming up online in our faces talking shit about he stopped 7 wars. you know? And
Yeah.
it's like, all
It's because they
right.
have the media machine behind them. Fox News, Newsmax,
And they're
it's
destroying
Kevin
any media
Steele.
that's not fucking on their side now.
Yep.
Which
They're
I don't
buying
know
it
what they
up,
call
so
that,
it's
managed
coming.
media.
When not Sinclair, when Nexstar and Tegna merge, that's gonna eat up most of the market.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have their voice, almost
But I also
only
think
their
that this is
voice.
going to cause a huger rift. Because what's going to happen is, and hear me out on this. Tell me if you
Okay,
think I'm wrong.
you're wrong.
Probably. But
I've switched sides. Ha
the
ha.
right the right side is going to stick to TV now. And they're going to basically get a stranglehold on that media. Is what they're trying to do.
You mean broadcast television?
Yeah. But the FCC and the government can't really put their holds on much of the internet or streaming right now.
Right now, yeah.
Like you can do copyright law stuff on streaming, but you can't do literal FCC like bullshit.
Yeah, and all they can really do is demonetize you unless they think you're full of hate speech or whatever.
Right. And that's all really YouTube. and some of the
Yeah.
more internet things. Like streaming put out whatever the fuck they want, and you can't really do much. Um, but there's that. There's the whole thing with fucking like so much bullshit left and right that it's hard to keep up with, you know.
Yeah.
But
Everybody's just instigating more division.
the only thing that I keep trying to find the truth on is the Tyler Robinson shit, like the guy who shot Charlie
Yeah.
or supposedly shot Charlie, because now there's a bunch of shit on the internet talking about it's all lies, and I'm like, okay.
I do think the text messages between him and his boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever,
Yeah.
are seemingly suspicious.
Oh yeah, it's way too like
Everything that you need to
everything you
explain
need
it,
to know. Yeah, like there's too much information there.
and it
Like,
doesn't
and
talk
most of
like
it seems out of context. Like, why would he tell his boyfriend or roommate or girlfriend or whatever you want to call it, his partner, that fucking my dad's this huge MAGA guy, when he would probably know, or they would
yeah.
probably already know that, you know? And so some of it seemed like over the top bullshit. Like, and also, why would you tell, like, even if I was like in that kind of crazy extremist mind and like the only person I trusted was Megan and I wanted to tell her,
I
I
see how it
still,
is.
yeah, right.
Oh,
I still would not text her those kind of details. Not because I was worried that she would flip on me, just to leave her in the whole plausible deniability area,
yeah.
like protection for her. So that's why I thought it was, fucked up.
The fucked up world we live in.
I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial.
Learn to pronounce the word first. Come on, acetaminophen.
I'm going to say something that's controversial.
There you go.
Maybe we should hear from these guys,
What guys?
these fucking shooters.
Well, he survived, so we actually might get a chance to if he doesn't end up
Well, yeah,
dead in the
but
prison.
even the ones that survive never get fully interviewed in some form that the public sees. They never get clear, like we don't get answers.
Clarification.
I think that as a public,
Yeah. It's
like
weird that we don't get answers now that you bring it up.
think about it. Like, what happened? What was that guy that shot up at the first, when I was a kid? I remember them talking about the guy. It was in fucking the guy that shot up in Texas in the tower,
Oh, the tower shooter?
the military shooter guy.
Yeah. Clock tower shooter?
Yeah. Let's see. University of Texas tower shooting. So this whole situation happened in 66. 25-year-old Marine Charles Whitman killed 15 people and injured 31 others. Now,
Now what?
I'm just reading about Whitman. Wanted to
No.
see if this thing even has answers. This shit's like 50 years old, you know? How long does it take to get answers for dumb shit like this?
Maybe there are no answers. Maybe people are just crazy.
Yeah,
And
but
trying to blame a political side is pointless.
well, that's true. But isn't there some form of understanding this kind of deviance?
To
Like,
help prevent it,
yeah, like that's my whole point about crime. Like, we all have disagreements about certain crimes, like fucking, drugs and maybe speeding or whatever. But like murder, rape, that kind of stuff's pretty hardcore. Everybody's like, it's bad, you know?
yeah.
And studying it was a thing in the 70s and 80s. They would
And the
study
90s, I
these.
think.
Yeah, they would study these serial killers. They would study individual murders. They would study spree killers to figure out an answer. And sometimes, like there's probably a lot of answers for some of
Yeah.
these guys, but like it's like the guy that shot up in Vegas, that shot up the show, or the guy, didn't the guy shoot up like an Ariana Grande show and like all this shit? And it's just like there's so many of these people that show up to public events, public places, and just start blasting either random people or targeted people. Now, the difference between that is super fucking big. I think that people, like there should be classifications. Everything's getting thrown into the one bin of here's
Mass
another
shootings.
horrible mass shooting. Everybody argue about gun laws.
Political.
Everybody argue about mental problems, but don't change anything and don't pay any attention to why this happened, this particular
Yeah.
thing, Like it was like whenever like a lot of the police brutality stuff kept coming up. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of dickhead cops out there, but I still think that anytime there's a police brutality situation, that each individual situation has to be taken on its own accord,
Yeah, it needs to be investigated accordingly to
investigated
its
to
own circumstances.
individually. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't group it all up and then just hate the cops. Just like you really, as much as don't want to say this, you can't really group up all these murderers and just say they're all crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
don't
what
get me
one
wrong,
side
there's a
wants
lot
to
of them
do.
that probably are,
Yeah.
but like, what about that dude? Like, here's one that we know the answer to. That dude, Chris Gaines or Gones or whatever his name is from fucking California, he was a cop. His fucking white female partner uh was basically doing some uh police brutality or something, some kind of overreach. And so he told on her, and then everybody turned on him to the point that he got basically shafted out of being a cop.
Damn.
And then what did he do? He shot up a bunch of fucking dudes, a bunch of people's like family, and then he went and hid in a cabin, and the cops rolled out there and fucking Swiss cheesed his ass in the fucking cabin.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that one.
And like, I'm not saying that you being fucked at your job and fucked over like he did deserves go kill the families of the cops that did it. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's a
The
suitable
right thing to
reaction
do.
or legal, in any way.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it all matters. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Understanding motive really matters to understanding the process of crime itself.
So yeah. And the other thing about the Charlie Kirk thing, I'll say this lastly, bringing it back to that, is if it if it came out that it was like, because I'm not, as much as I don't like to sit here and claim Democrat, I'm left. I
Yeah.
hang left. So when people start shitting on Democrats and start talking about Democrats, I take it a little bit to heart. And so I've been trying to do better about not including myself into that and realizing that a lot of times they're talking about Democratic, like actual senators or Democratic actual party members. But my thing is that if this Tyler guy if they could bring some real proof that he was on fucking Discord, say he was a Destiny fan or whatever, just some left wing guy,
Yeah.
and he was just check his computer, watch all the shit he watched. If he was watching a bunch of fucking Destiny and fucking other left wing people and just everything, and you really think that that's what extremely pushed him in the way, put it out there and I'll fucking accept it. And I'll be like, yeah, that's fucked up. People shouldn't fucking, nobody should do that. And most especially not the left. But most of the violence, political violence, comes from the right.
Yeah.
It's written in pen and
We got
ink.
the numbers,
And
the real
now
numbers.
we get a guy who is in a right wing family and shoots Charlie Kirk, and everybody on the right immediately says he's a leftist.
Yeah.
There's like
I think it
nobody
was
like,
he just didn't like Charlie Kirk. I don't
yeah,
think it. I think politics weren't a part of it. He didn't like what Charlie Kirk was saying.
Well, I mean, if any of the stuff about his transgender roommate is true, if any of the stuff about his family is true, I can 100% say, okay, well, he was probably in a right wing family, which made him left wing, because I'm kind of like that, you know. And
Yeah.
then he met somebody who's transgender, whether they were together or not. Maybe they were just really good friends, you know. And
Yeah.
then you just see, let's say you're a roommate with a transgender person going through all the shit that a transgender person has to go through right now. Yeah, eventually you probably would come to a boiling point. Now, I don't know if I'd go shoot a guy who's been talking about it on the internet for the last 10 years or whatever, but like, you know, boiling point, that's what he chose, you know?
Yeah.
But if I want to put on my fucking tinfoil hat, Derek, like if I
Put it
really,
on.
like, I don't do that much. You know me, I'm very
Yeah.
like, I tear off all the tinfoil hats every day. But my tinfoil hat right now is that this whole thing was, like, if I really wanted to get down to it, this whole thing was planned from the beginning. Because look at it this way: Charlie Kirk, what, founded Turning Point like
Yeah.
2000, it couldn't have been 2008, 2009, sometime like that. And
Okay.
then he gets funded by his dad and a couple of other right wing guys to fund this whole like right wing foundation.
College
And
movement thing.
yeah, college movement. There is stuff about him going after colleges and educators, and that's all separate from what I think is important, but it is true. But beyond that, here's a guy who got funded and was such a fan of Trump and has basically been a small part recruiter for the right wing for this whole time.
Yeah, definitely.
So now what happened?
Uh,
Trump was neck and neck with Kamala, and then he got shot at, and then he won. Then he got shot at again, and then everybody loves him more. So who's to say that
this
all
isn't
that's
all connected.
bullshit and somebody just, like, their whole plan was like, okay, wait till things die down, then go have Charlie Kirk killed publicly, and then everybody on the right will be so mad that they'll just like rally, you know.
Yeah, it'll boost their numbers through the roof.
And again, I don't have any evidence for this. I'm not saying it's true. This is all in my head. But
So we're just
it
asking questions here. I'm
fucking
gonna pull
makes
my Joe
sense to a certain
Rogan.
degree, you know,
Yeah, it does.
especially with the way that it's working out.
I
And
think the right's just utilizing every tragedy they can to recruit as part of their takeover.
yeah,
Because that's what this is about. It's taking over. It's not about having two parties anymore. It's about one party surviving.
yeah.
I think a civil war is coming.
Well, that the right's calling for it, and
Yeah.
everybody on the left keeps trying to go, "Why are you doing that?" And they just keep going, "Why won't you fucking say that it was wrong that Charlie Kirk was killed?" You know, like,
Yeah.
did you see that? Speaking of Destiny, I brought him up a minute ago. Did you see Destiny on fucking what's his name? The British guy's show
Yeah, I
this
did
week?
actually.
They were fucking all going. Even Anna Capson was going after Destiny.
Yeah.
And I think she was supposed to be there to be on his side. But I did appreciate the fact that he called her out for being so like switchy swash and said, "Oh, well, I know where you're getting your money from." At one
Nice.
point. And then fucking Big Papa fucking fascist was there too. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway, but I don't think he should be shot.
Do you?
I don't think anybody. I quote Destiny when I say, I don't think anybody should die from political violence.
I think they should just be scarred for life.
Yeah, I don't think you need political violence to be scarred for life from politics.
Right?
Well, y'all, I think we've been through some pretty fun issues today. Superman, Peacemaker. We never talked about weapons.
I was going to close with that.
Let's close with weapons.
Watch
Um,
it.
the film.
Yes.
I give it like a 6 out of 7 out of 10. I liked it.
Really? I
Yeah, I
loved
didn't
it.
think it was awesome. I thought it was cool. I think actually, you know what? I'll say this. The first 3/4 of it was awesome, and I think when they finally like revealed what was really
The
going
witch.
on, the witch and
Yeah.
everything, I was just like, ah.
I figured that would lose a lot of people.
like
I
I
don't
don't know.
know
I
what
guess
you
I don't know what I
expected.
wanted. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
don't know what I wanted for that. But the witch thing and the breaking thing, it was just kind of it was a little bit too on the nose. Like there was no
It
like you
became a skit.
yeah, like it's one thing if you're like boiled, toiled, trouble, witch stuff and casting spells, but she was just like, here's a thing and I wrap it around and break it, you know?
Yeah.
Like
She did spin a couple times and then had some explosions.
yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to clown her Wiccan powers, you know? Like
No, calling
they
her a
obviously
Wiccan, that's not a
they
good move.
they're obviously well, I don't mean that,
We have a
you know.
big Wiccan audience. You didn't know that.
We yeah. I don't want to offend the Wiccan audience and get a somebody like get a fucking
Bullet.
I was gonna say something that was trying to like witchcraft version of being shot, but I couldn't think of it.
I think being shot is the witchcraft version of being shot.
Yeah, I can only imagine like a bunch of witches and they're like in a circle and doing their thing, like you know, and then a guy walks in with like a fucking AK, just fucking mows down, and it's like witchcraft, you know?
Let the witches.
But I did think about this through this whole thing. Um, and this doesn't sound good, but you have to hear me out. We need to make guns obsolete.
How are you gonna do that? You can't ungenie a bottle or whatever the saying
Well, the
is.
thing is that we have to make them. Like there's only two answers here. We either
Make
make
something more
guns
deadly
less
than a
deadly.
gun.
Well, no, that's the scary part. I don't want to insinuate. It's that we don't make something deadlier than a gun to use regularly.
Yeah.
But I think that we either make guns less lethal, which we've tried and everybody hates on that,
Yeah,
or
because it takes away the point of a gun.
we make technology that can basically make guns less deadly. Some form of, you know, Iron Man suit or some kind of fucking shielding or whatever, you know?
All clothes are bulletproof now.
And I know a lot of that's science fiction-y, but I mean,
Or bullet
you know,
retardant.
fucking flying planes were science fiction-y 500 years ago, so.
Until the Wright brothers. They were on
Yeah,
the right side of
I
history.
was, I was about to say, yeah, because they were the ones that fucking, you know, over campaigned over the left brothers.
Wow.
they, they stole the election.
Fake news.
Anyway, so Weapons was pretty good. You liked it more than I did, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I did see that they're making a sequel apparently, or a
A
prequel.
prequel.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be about that crazy witch bitch.
Better be, because that's what everybody's talking about.
She is. You know what she is? She is not fuckable.
Really?
No, I could. I don't. Like.
Something about that bald head.
I think I'd fuck Wong before I fuck her.
Wow. I knew you had a little gay in you.
Well, no, I think that's just how not into her I'm in. You know? Like I'm
Come
so not
on.
into her that I'll change my sexuality.
Dodge that bullet.
Plus, I don't want her to like wrap my underwear around a stick and then send me after somebody.
Right.
Oh, so I did go out to Lafayette yesterday.
How was that?
Opened up for my buddy Devin at Cité des Arts, which I'm not saying that right, but it's a theater that they do an open mic in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Back in my territory.
Yeah, back where you used to live.
Oh yeah, I don't live there anymore.
Yeah, you're a little further now there, Indiana boy.
Yeah, it's
You're gonna
Indian.
did
The A is
you,
silent.
did you change all your favorite teams now?
Yes, I did. Dolphins all the way.
He's like, yeah, they're not Indiana teams, but I've
Yeah,
changed them
none of
all.
them. I don't even think they have sports in Indiana.
He's like, it's not even legal here.
Yeah. This is what happens when the Nazis take over. You get Indiana.
Indiana is where Indiana is what's on the other side of the portal.
Right.
And Peacemaker.
They did call it Erie, Indiana.
Is it eerie?
It is very eerie, especially when it's foggy. I live across the street from a 24-hour McDonald's, and the lights glow all weird colors whenever it gets foggy.
Hmm.
Plus, there's a lot of homeless people. I'm one of them.
You're one of them. I mean, technically, you are homeless. You're living
Yeah.
in someone's home, but you don't have one.
No, I do not. That's for responsible people.
I was talking. They're still building that. Like, I don't. You remember the clover leaf that's on 73 and 69?
No, I remember it used to. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're building a whole big like crazy intersection there where you can take the exit and go around instead of having to do a loop and shit. And we were driving through it on the way back, and I was like, man, you know what? This is gonna be the new homeless shelter after they finish it,
Right.
because it's gonna be just like a whole lot of roof, you know. But tis what it is. But shout out to you for getting on here with me. I'm sorry to you and everybody for it taking so long for us to get another episode out. I've been just kind of in my own thing and taking care of shit, you know, life.
No, life is no excuse.
And by the way, when I say life, I mean I was on the couch watching SVU probably.
Yeah, I can't believe you watched
or
that show.
or some other show, some other
You're
fucking
what's wrong with America.
I mean, why is it what's your problem with SVU?
It's a procedural.
Okay. It's not that particular procedural, it's just any procedural. You don't
Yeah,
like.
all procedurals, even the ones I like, I hate.
And technically the blacklist is a procedural.
See, I hate that too.
It's half procedural and half mythology. It's pretty cool. That's why I really liked it. Which that's what I feel about that show High Potential.
I haven't seen it.
Well, it's a procedural.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it.
But it's got a blacklist feel to it, but it's not the same. Like, it's instead of it being like, oh, this crazy criminal is running rampant with these people, these feds, it's basically like cops and like a cleanup girl fucks around and sees like like, you know, the big board with all the fucking stuff about the crime on it.
Yeah.
She sees that while she's cleaning up, and she like figures out just by looking at it some shit and changes the board. And so they call her in to find out why the fuck she did it, and turns out she's got like a super IQ. And so she figures out things really fast or whatever. And so they hire her as a consultant, and it's pretty good. Pretty cool little show. The chick from Always Sunny, isn't it, you know?
Oh, wow.
And then the main guy, detective, is also an actor that I'm familiar with. He was in like Rescue Me and a handful of other shows.
Was he in The Shield?
I don't think so.
Too bad.
Actually, I thought about The Shield. I might watch it after I finish 23 seasons of SVU.
Oh my God, you should watch The Shield first.
I did watch The Shield first.
Oh yeah, you
To
gotta
be
finish
clear,
it. You never finished it though.
I watched the whole Shield.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought you stopped at like season 3 or 4.
No. Originally, I watched a bunch of it, and then I did stop because, like, at some point, it got a little bit like, I think it was after after they busted him, and then they were like basically having him kind of like under their wing to get the last few people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about God, what's his name? Lemon.
Yeah.
Lim.
So at some point it got a little derivative and I was getting lost and I stopped watching it. But then I went back and I backed up. I remember backing up like half a season and then watching the rest of it.
It's a
Fucked
great
up
show.
ending, cold ending,
Yeah, cold as hell.
but also
But the
not really
shark keeps
justice.
swimming. Huh?
So not really justice either. Like
No, not at all.
as much as like we kind of like Mac or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Mackie.
Mackey's a dick. He should have died.
Yeah, I agree. But they wanted to leave it open for future installments of the Vic Mackey show.
Yeah, and then they just put him on the last episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. I mean, it wasn't.
Nice.
I don't think he was playing Vic Mackey, but fucking, it was him.
Nice.
But anyway, so we're gonna call it an evening or an afternoon or whatever the fuck. We're gonna call it a thing.
It's done. It's
Shout out.
over. Go home.
Yeah. What are you still doing here?
Thanks, Ferris Bueller.
Right? How do you know I wasn't being Deadpool?
Oh, because he's doing Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. So
Bueller.
now I'm gonna do my ultimate Ferris Bueller impression and get in a car accident. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
Shout out to everybody who listened. Shout out Derek. I love your face. Check out
Love you
Derek on
too.
SoundCloud at Mad Rock Week. Also on other stuff too.
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook,
YouTube,
and
Facebook.
be looking out for Mad Rock Week 2 on SoundCloud with all my new music coming out soon.
Nice. We got a bunch of albums. Actually, you talking about music. I dug up about 8 songs that I finished, but not really, you know.
Yeah.
And you're on one of them.
Oh, wow.
And I also wanted to tell you something that I think you'd be proud of. I'm actually working on that song that I never finished that you really liked, which was
Oh,
like
the
the
sequel
spin-off
to the
of
Thanos one?
the sequel to the Thanos song. I actually have I have it a good bit finished. Like the
Nice.
actual music. I haven't written any, or I haven't rapped on it. I started writing some stuff. I think I'm gonna call it As the Dust Settles.
Nice. I like it.
I'm trying to remember. Like I had a chorus. Uh, at the end of the day, under all the dust, if we don't end the game, suspend the fuss, mend the rust, and attend the wounds, we kill ourselves before the universe does.
Wow. That's deep.
Right.
Now sing it in the style of System of a Down.
No.
I'm waiting. No.
I'm, I'm I'm not ready for that right now.
Wow. You gotta warm up first.
Yeah, you know me. When I do my music, I have to be fully in the nude and
That's why I
halfway
love
inserted
working with
into a
you.
hooker. I have to stay halfway in and halfway out.
Yeah. The only way you sing is halfway in, halfway out.
That's the only way my voice becomes so
Carries.
beautiful.
So that's it, huh? You want
That's
to
it,
plug
man.
anything?
Oh, Chad Prone Comedy at All Your Shits. This Friday, I'm gonna be at a comedy competition in Houston at the Iron Horse Bar, and also coming up soon, we have a special event on September 30th, I believe it is, at 8 p.m. At Poro 9 in Beaumont, where we are going to be recording a special secret headliner.
Hmm.
And I
Who
say
is it?
secret because I don't even fucking know.
Oh, well, you're no good. Why do I do a podcast with you? Jesus.
But there'll be more, and we shall return. Do not know exactly what we'll be doing when we return, but
Yeah. Probably be
we'll
something off the
figure it
cuff.
out. Off the cuff.
I
Today
still
was
want to
kind of
do
off the cuff.
the commentary for Night of the Living Dead. That was
Okay.
fun.
All right, we can do that. Let's plan for that this weekend.
Okay.
And then we'll also plan out for our next Weirdo Beardos.
Cool.
And also, don't forget, check out all of our stuff. Check out Comedy 409. Check out obviously if you want to see my own music, weaponsthe on Spotify and Apple Music. And also my YouTube channel has my comedy up now, so definitely go check it out. And that's about it.
Nice.
If you think of anything else, or if you want to bullshit later, man, hit me up.
Okay, dude.
And for all of y'all out there in the internet worlds, keep your head up, call out all the bullshit, and invest in real estate. And girls like it when you're nice to them, but they kind of like it when you're a dick too. So mix it up. Anyway, y'all have a
This
good day.
advice hour from Chad has been sponsored by Go Fuck Yourself.
And stolen from Red versus Blue. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least the last line. Shout out to Rooster Teeth for writing that line for me.
Shout out to everybody for shouting out to everybody.
Yeah, and shout out to the people who are shouting out.
Yes. Except
All right,
the
man.
deaf
Have a good day.
people. You too. Bye.